Hiya, welcome to GGKCS, multi-generational podcast / FlossTube for fans of all things knitting, cross-stitching, geeky. I'm Cece, and I'm so glad you're here today. Today is Sunday, the 27th of June, 2021, and this is episode 449. I'd like to say a big welcome back. Love y'all to all returning viewers, and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. Hope you enjoy the show. So every other week, my 21-year-old kid, Dammy, is on the show with me. This is an off week for them, so you get me. And I'm realizing that it's kind of dark. I'm hoping I can adjust this in editing when I edit the podcast. So in case you don't know, Seattle, Pacific Northwest is in the middle of a huge heat wave, which would not be a problem other than the fact that most people don't have air conditioning. So here in my apartment building, the lobby and hallways have air conditioning, but the flats do not. So Dammy has rigged the system with propped the apartment door open, boxes to keep Pink from escaping, with a fan on top to draw the air-conditioned air from the hallway into the apartment. Tomorrow it's supposed to be 108. And it's an issue because we don't have air conditioning, and I work in the endocrinology department at the Children's Hospital, and there's already been issues with patients' insulin getting too hot and not working anymore, because typically up here in the Pacific Northwest, you don't usually have to refrigerate your insulin. So it's a problem. So we're trying to stay cool. We're drinking lots of water. We've got 57 fans blowing on us. I turned off some of them so that it wasn't too loud, and I'm going to cancel out as much background noise as I can when I edit this. But having the overhead lights on is also makes it hotter, so we just have one lamp on and the window shades closed. But I would like to start this episode, now that you know all of that, with a very funny story that inspired the name of this episode. So yesterday afternoon, I was sitting on the couch with all the fans blowing on me, crafting as one does. Dammy had run to the store to pick up something, and Pink Pearl was asleep on my bed. Okay, that's the scene. I'm setting the scene for you. Okay, so I'm sitting here on the couch, and all of a sudden, there is a crash at the front door of my flat, and I jump up, and I didn't really jump because, I get up, and one of the boxes we had just a small fan sitting on top of the boxes at that point. The fan and one of the boxes had fallen over, and I was like, well, there are some people moving. And so I was like, oh, I wonder if the dolly or whatever bumped it or something. So I start to fix everything, and I see cat fur. And I was like, oh my gosh, did Pink get out? And I looked more. It wasn't Pink. It was a cat burglar. So so some people are moving out down the hall, and they too had their apartment door open, trying to draw in some of the air conditioning, and the cat had escaped. And so I talked to the cat and asked him where his people were, hoping that somebody down the hall would hear me and come rescue the cat. They did not. So I checked to make sure Pink was still sleeping. She was asleep on the bed. I picked up the cat, took it back to his owners. And they were like, oh no, did he escape again? So Dammy got home, and I was like, Dammy, we had a cat burglar. The truest cat burglar since. He wanted to come in here and see Pink. So I was glad Pink slept through it, because Pink, in the experiences we've had thus far, does not like other cats. So, okay. Well, now that I have started this episode with a very funny story, I have some crafting to show you, and fantastic, yummy, fantastic. So let's get started. And now we're going to talk about what is on my needles. There's actually nothing. But I'm going to show you what's going on my needles. So in my beautiful project bag from Nerdbird Makery, love this so much, there is yarn. There's beautiful yarn. let me tell you about it. This, wait, let's see. This, oh dear. Now I don't know which is which. I think, hold that thought for just a second. I had to look at the other skein of yarn so I could tell you which one was which. This yarn right here, this beautiful blue, is Vitellana Ambient Worsted by Knit Crate in the Michelangelo colorway. And this gorgeous grayness is Vitellana by Knit Crate Celestial in the Ganymede colorway. They are going to be together into a birthday cowl for my nephew Wyatt. I'm going to be using the Oats Cowl pattern by Tin Can Knits, which is a free pattern. It's fantastic. I'll show you why in just a couple minutes. And I'm going to be using US 8's 5mm needles. So that is going to be going on my needles this week to knit for him. Because I finished something. Well, I finished 2 things this week. So we're going to move on to the next segment so I can talk to you more about that cowl pattern. So now I'm going to talk to you about my finished projects. But first, before I talk about the cowl, we're going to talk about this past week's preemie hat. This is number 25 for the year. It's from my free top-down preemie hat pattern that you can get on our website, javapearldesigns.com. I used US 6's 4mm needles, and I held double, knitting in France sparkles in the Something About CC colorway. Can you see the sparkle? Oh, there was some sparkle right there. And then I used the Barocco Vintage DK in the white colorway to make this really cute hat. I love this ribbing down here. So much fun. So much fun. And I have this week's hat ready to get started after I finish with the podcast. But the other thing I finished this week, and it is still damp from blocking, is my niece Lola's birthday cowl. Using the Oats Cowl pattern by Tin Can Knits on US 8's 5mm, and I used Audine Wool's Chill in a little cabinectomy colorway. So this is a Surrey Alpaca Cashmere blend. And I did adjust the pattern some because I didn't have it. So there's 3 sizes in this pattern. It's a free pattern on their website, tincannknits.com. I had too much yarn for the second size and not enough for the third size. So I did some math and made another size in between. So this is 2 skeins of the yarn. And I actually had to rip back 1 row of the ribbing on the top because I ran out of yarn in the bind off. So I have none of this yarn left at all. I used every little bit of it, but I think it's fine. Nobody, like if I hadn't told y'all that I adjusted the ribbing, you wouldn't know. So this is 150 stitches. So 50 stitches of it is the garter, and 100 stitches, that's like a line from where I had it hanging on the drying rack. I'm gonna have to hang it a different way so it doesn't have the line. 100 stitches of just stockinette and round. So, and it's so cozy soft, and I hope Lola is going to love it. So I will be knitting I think the second size for my nephews Wyatt and Waylon, and I only have 1 skein of that gray that I showed you for each of them, which is why I have that blue, because I'm going to do the ribbing in the blue, and then I'm going to knit as much of I'm going to use all the yarn that I have of the gray to knit the main part, and then I'll do ribbing again in the blue. And then for Waylon, I have a different shade of blue to use, so that way they'll be able to tell them apart as well, because I'm going to use the same gray. So but this was lovely to knit. I knit this up in 2 weeks. It was lovely to knit, and I can't wait for Lola to have it because I hope she's going to love the squishiness. It's so squishy, of the alpaca cashmere of the cowl. So I finished that, and her birthday's not even till September, so I'm ahead of schedule, which is good because I need to I want to knit both boys' cowls so that I can ship all 3 of them to my mama at once, and then she can wrap them and give them to the kids for their birthdays in September, and then both boys are in December. So that is what I finished this week. 2 FOs. I think I'm somewhere close to around, getting close to like 40 finishes for the year. So, and 25 of those are preemie hats. So yeah, so I'm making progress on things, and I'm so glad. And I think that's everything. So let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for FlossTube. Okay, so I've got a couple projects that I'm working on. First up, in this beautiful I Am No Bird and No Net Ensnares Me Jane Eyre bag from Black Needle Society. It was in one of their boxes. I am working on Dreaming Girl by Barbara Anna, and I'm putting a picture up on the screen right now of what it looks like finished. And here's where I'm at. So I'm using this gorgeous pink fabric. It is Fiber on a Whim, 14 count Aida in the lipstick colorway. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half here so that I can show you a little easier. Okay, here we go. And this needle minder is also from Black Needle Society. So this week I finished this first color of the hair, which goes all the way over here. And then I started the second color, so that darker, I started filling in. You don't fill the fishies in, they're a different color. But I started filling in, so I'm going to do all this fill in, and then this darker color is also used underneath. So I love, love, love. So the end of this project is like right here. And then there's more stuff on this side, so that's why there's still so much fabric over here. And then it does go up, but I think it goes up to maybe there. And then I think this is the bottom. So I'm making progress on it, and I love how it's turning out. She's beautiful, and I can't wait to finish her and not FFO her, because I stink at FFOing and I need help. I need help. I need an FFO boot camp or something with people who know how to finish things beautifully. So there's that. And then the second thing that I'm working on is in my Knit Run Dig Winnie the Pooh project bag. And this is Edinburgh Castle by Terra Luna Stitchery. All the details on everything that I'm using is in the show notes. And what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to show you a couple pictures on the screen first, because I took this out of the Q-Snap this week. So what you're seeing up on the screen right now is both a wide view to show you where I'm at, like full, and then a closer in of where of the stitching. Dammy helped me realize that I am like 2/3 of the way through the row. So I finished the 420 stitches, and the total pattern has just under 630. So I'm 2/3 of the way across that row. I still have a long way to go. So when I took it out of the Q-Snap, I was at 33,600 stitches out of 265,824, and I was at 12.64% complete. So now I've put it back in the Q-Snap, but moved it over. So I'm doing the 25/7 challenge, where I do 25 stitches a day. The other option of the 25/7 challenge is to do 25 minutes a day on a you pick a project and do it. So this is when on Friday when I had finished this row, and one day a week I do 50 stitches so that I finish 2 full squares a week. So I did these 2 squares down here this past week, and then yesterday I started up here. Yeah, so it was exciting to take it out of the Q-Snap. I have not had it out of the Q-Snap since I moved in here. The last time I had it out of the Q-Snap would have been when I was still on the Kitsap Peninsula. So it was exciting to pull it out of the Q-Snap and really get to see, because you having it in the Q-Snap, you only see just a little portion of it, but having it out of the Q-Snap, like I was like, oh my gosh, look how much I have really done. This is a lot. So, yeah, so I'm going to keep working on it, doing 25 stitches a day. At this point, that's what fits with my schedule. If I get to a place where I can do 25 minutes a day, that'd be cool too. But right now I'm going to just stick with 25 stitches a day and keep working on it. All right. That's everything for cross stitch, but I do have cross stitch content in Yummies, so you should stick around. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, Yummies. What are Yummies? Yummies are our current favorite things we like, things we want to talk to you about. Yummies. And this week, you may have already seen, because I did an unboxing video, but I'm going to show you this stuff here too. I got my Black Needle Society Pirate Life stitching box. This is the July box. And my box, along with some others, took a side trip to Puerto Rico and didn't even bring any rum or a t-shirt back for us, which I was kind of sad about. So now, and I said this in my unboxing video, I wasn't sure what I was going to think about this box because I'm not really like a piratey type person or whatever. I'm glad I got it. I love what's in here. It's a lot of fun. And so let me show it to you. So first off, we have the spoiler card that has the photo challenge, which I'm going to pre-take all the photos so that I can start using this stuff, as well as pictures from the last challenge. There's a note from the lovely Black Needle Society folks, as well as they're talking about the resolution stitching box, which will be in November. So currently, it's a wait list to get a Black Needle Society subscription. So you should go to theblackneedlesociety.com and get put on the wait list if you want to get on the list to be able to get a box. So I'm just going to pull the things out how I've like kind of thrown them back in here. So first up, we have this really cute tumbler. It says, "Drink up me hearties, yo-ho." Very, very cute with a straw, and you can never have too many tumblers to drink your water and stay hydrated because it's hot. So this came from, it was designed by Pimberley Pond. So very, very cute. So there's that. This was my favorite thing in the box, and so I had to record my unboxing twice because the video file was corrupted the first time. I think both times I expressed my complete love and adoration for this item. It is a Fablebands headband. I love, 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 love their headbands. So it's obviously a pirate themed. Look at that mermaid, that head. The parrot who is dressed like a pirate. I did not notice that until I was watching Michelle Bendy Stitchy's unboxing. I adore these Fableband headbands. In fact, I own quite a few. And I was introduced to them actually by Black Needle Society because there was one, I think it was in our Nice List Advent box. And after I got it, I own now like 10 of them. I pre-ordered the Pride one. Waiting for it to come. Love their headbands. I wear them to work every day because we have to wear headsets and they dig into my head, and these headbands protect. So when it's hot like it is now, I wear it behind the ears. When it's a little cooler, I wear it in front of the ears. Love them. Love their headbands. Fablebands.com. Most of their headbands are book inspired, thus Fable, F-A-B-L-E bands. But they do some different ones at different times. So this was custom done for the box. Let me see if it says, yeah, the High Seas headband. Okay, then we had, oops, this is like stuck, magnetized. We have the Fire Swamp Burn Balm. This is made by 5 Dirty Kids, and in the unboxing, I was like, when I read the description, I was like, I don't know what this is referencing. It was referencing Princess Bride, and it just like went over my head. So this is a balm for soothing minor burns like sunburn. It has coconut oil, lavender oil, and rosehip oil in it. And it smells so good. And yeah, I'm excited for that. Then, oh my gosh, we have a needle minder by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, made by A Needle Runs Through It, with the cute pumpkin as the pirate and the gourd wearing the eye patch. And it's wood, and I love it. It's so cute. So, so cute. And this gives you a hint as to the designer of the pattern in the box. Okay, let's see here. I'm not going to pull this all the way out, but we got a finishing pack from Lady Creates. This is the Pirate Booty pack. So it came with 2 charms. I don't know if you can see them. There's a clock and a crocodile. And then we have the ribbon and the lace and this black kind of velour that would actually, this would be really good finishing for the project that is in the box. So there's that. Oh, these flosses. Well, first let me show you this. We got thread jewelry. This is made by Count Twice, Stitch Once. And so it's a ring for you to put your flosses on. And there's a pirate, and it says Pirate Life for Me. And then there's also an anchor. So that's a fun thing to put your flosses on. And then we got flosses. So we got 4 flosses this time, and they are all stunning. These are made by Mystical Diamond Art. So first up, we have Captain Jack, which is kind of a teals and blues into a little bit of browns. We have One-Eyed Willie, which is this like pale cream into browns. We have Dread Pirate Roberts, which is kind of grays, but there is some blue in there. And then my favorite, of course, Captain Hook. Look at these pinks. And these are gorgeous together. Hold on just a second, and I will twist them together so that you can see. Look at that. Look at those colors. Those are stunning together. That'll be lovely in a project. Then we got these really cute bookmarked tattoos. They are inspired by the Goonies. And so this one says Stitchers Never Say Die, D-Y-E. And then there's a Goonies one that says Goonies Never Say Die. And these were made by Katie, who is one of the curators of the box, as she is part of Black Needle Society. So that's a fun little thing. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything other than these last 2 things. Okay, then we got fabric, and I have to take it out and open it because it's so beautiful. This was done by Jody of the Steel City Stitchers. I got a 16-count Ada. The colorway is Black Pearl. Look at that. And can you see the sparkle? There's glitter. Oh, I'm going to have a really good light to stitch on this because it's darker. And oh my goodness, it's so pretty. So, so pretty. Love that. And then finally, we have the pattern for this kit. And it was done by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. And this pattern is so adorable. This is the Treasure Trove Trio. So we have a pink octopus with the pirate ship. We have a mermaid, a blue-haired mermaid, and a pink crab with the treasure chest. We've got the palm tree and the clouds and the water. So, so, so cute. And it's done in DMC or Cosmo with 1 Rainbow Gallery Petite Treasure braid. And there is some back stitching in it, but it's fairly small. It's only 86 by 57. So it's not a huge, huge pattern, but super, super cute. So that was the Black Needle Society Pirate Life stitching box, and I think they did an amazing job. My favorite things were obviously the headband, I told you that, the flosses, and the fabric. Those are my top 3 favorites out of what came in the box. I'm going to pre-take all of my pictures for the photo challenge, and that way I can start using the items because I love them. I love the packaging. Like, one of the items was packaged in this super cute burlap sack, which would be a cute thing, like if you're wrapping presents or something. Super, super cute. They do such a good job. Highly recommend Black Needle Society. I do have upcoming for you. I did get the Autumn in Stars Hollow box, which is a Gilmore Girls inspired box. And we're having a virtual retreat. I've already taken days off for that. I'm super excited. That's in August. And I did get the Trick or Treat box for October and the Nice List Advent box for December. So I'll be doing unboxings for that. I'm not sure if I'll do like daily videos or if I will do like a weekly video or something. I'll figure it out when I get closer to that. But I am super excited. Love Black Needle Society. Highly recommend them. Pirate Life Stitching. Fun, fun, fun. All right, let's move on to the next segment. And now I'm going to talk about what I've been reading, watching, and listening to. So first up, I want to remind you that the RAL Read Along Challenge is continuing on. Actually, the seasonal RAL for April, May, June ends this week. What is the last day of June? It is Wednesday. So on Thursday morning, when I get up, I will be closing the finish line thread in the Facebook group. So if you've been participating in April, May, June, you need to get your posts updated by Wednesday night. And then we will announce prize winners for that in the next in the podcast next week with when Dammy's back on. And the July, August, September RAL will start on Thursday. And by participating in those, so this is a challenge for you to read 15 minutes a day, every day. I don't care what you're reading. Audiobooks do count. And by participating in the seasonal RALs, you earn entries into the year-long challenge. And then the beginning of 2022, which is only 6 months away, we will draw for 3 grand prize winners. And yeah, and you'll get a big prize bundle. So, okay, what I have been reading. I'm continuing to read The Body Keeps the Score, Brain, Mind, and Body in the Healing of Trauma by Bessel van der Kolk. I'm reading that for my counseling. I am rereading Untamed by Glennon Doyle. Adore it. I will finish the reread tonight, which is perfectly timed because I have my I'm rereading this for my LGBTQ plus faith book club group, and we have our book club meeting Zoom tomorrow night. So perfect timing. I finished listening to Kitty's Mixtape by Carrie Vaughn. I'm going to take a drink real quick. Got to stay hydrated. The heat. So this was actually the final book in this series, and it was published last year, and it was published a number of years after the final book in the series. And it was a compilation of short stories. I did not enjoy it as much as like the previous books. There were some stories in it that I enjoyed, but I didn't like some of the characters were like ones that we had never even heard of before. And so I was really hoping that it was going to be like just all those characters that, you know, that I had loved throughout the series. So, but I did finish that. So I'll have to figure out a new audiobook series to start listening to. I'm continuing to read A People's History of Heaven by Mathangi Subramanian. Apologies if I pronounced that incorrectly. I am reading this for my lesbian literature book club, and I think I'm about 70% done with it, which I'm having to stay on track because I checked it out from the library, and I know there's going to be other holds on it from other people in the book club. So I need to finish it before my library checkout finishes. So I've been reading I think about 5% a day, and that's going to get me done by the time it's due. So I finished reading Jonathan Parks Ramage's Yes, Daddy. It was not what I expected. It was not safe for children. I listened to a podcast episode, and I want to say it was on the Queerology podcast that had the author on, but there's a lot of trigger warnings for like sexual abuse and things like that. It was an interesting fiction read, but it was not one that normally would have caught my interest. But I was like, I wanted to give it a shot because I had listened to that episode. And then the final book that I'm reading is by Mary Doria Russell. It's called The Sparrow. and I'm enjoying it so much. So the premise is that they find music coming from somewhere out in the galaxy. And so they come up with this plan that they're going to use an asteroid, which they have come up with this technology about being able to travel in space using asteroids. And they're going to, this group of people that have been brought together by a religious organization are going to travel to find the source of this music that they keep finding coming through from the galaxy. And it's got a back and forth in time. So we've got, like, we're finding out about what's happening with them going to, like, preparing to travel and all that. But then there's another many years later of only one survivor from everybody that went, who arrived back to Earth. And we're slowly finding out what happened. So it's kind of back and forth. I'm really enjoying it thus far. I think I'm about 40% in, and I'm really enjoying it. Okay, Dammy and I watched the Enola Holmes movie on Netflix yesterday, and it was delightful. So it is Sherlock Holmes's younger sister, and she is solving her mom is missing, and she's trying to find her. And so she's playing like this lady detective, but she's like probably right around 20-ish years old. And it has, I can't think what her name is, but she's in Stranger Things. Okay, Dammy's shaking their head, yes. So one of the actresses from Stranger Things is playing Enola Holmes. And apparently they're doing a sequel to it. So we really enjoyed it. It was a fun little watch as we were sitting here in the heat. I'm continuing my watch of Law & Order Special Victims Unit. I finished season 20, and I'm watching season 21 and episodes that go along with the That's Messed Up NSVU podcast, which is not safe for children. I am almost caught up to present. I looked yesterday because I was like, I need to figure out when I need to start watching Law & Order Organized Crime that just came out this year. So I think it's in season 22 when I need to start watching them concurrently. So I'm excited about that. It's like my thing that I watch while I'm working from home, but I also watch it other times. But it's like, so I'm gonna have to figure out something else because I'm almost done. So I'm gonna have to figure out another show that, like, I can be working and it's also playing in the background, and I can, like, be able to ascertain what's going on while also, like, multitasking. So I've got to find a show for that. I am continuing my rewatch of Gilmore Girls in season 1 with the I Am All In with Scott Patterson podcast. Of course, Scott Patterson is the actor who played Luke, and this is his first time to watch. I was actually just listening to an episode just a few minutes ago where I think we're on episode 7. So I actually need to watch episode 8 because I think the new episode drops tomorrow for the podcast. And then Dammy and I have been binge watching Grace and Frankie. It's a Netflix show. We finished season 2 and 3 and 4, and we're watching season 5. These are very short episodes. They're all like 25 to 30 minutes long. And there's only like about 12 or 13 episodes per season. And so it's a very binge worthy show. It is not safe for children. But the premise of it is Grace and Frankie were married to these two men who in the first season, they reveal that they have been in love with each other, and they separate and divorce from the women are together, and Grace and Frankie end up living together in a beach house. It's hysterical. So many fun older actors and actresses on it. And it is just, it's so funny, and it has definitely been a good one to kind of just like let us just kind of rest and survive during the heat. So we've been watching that. And then listening to, of course, my favorite murder podcast. Love that. And random Spotify playlists. And that's everything I've been reading, watching, and listening to this week. Let's move on to the next segment. And with that, we made it to the end of the show. We made it. A reminder that we are co-hosting the Pride Along with a number of other podcasts and such. They started in May and it runs through the end of June next year. So this Al is well over a year. Our hashtag is hashtag GGKCS Pride Along 2122. If you go to our show notes, ggkcs.com, there is a link to a YouTube video that explains the whole Al. Dammy will be back with me next week. I don't think we have any other announcements other than that. So we'd like to say a huge thank you. Love y'all so much to everyone who supports the podcast, however it is you support us. We're so grateful for you. Thank you especially to those of you who support us financially. That money goes toward like shipping out all the prizes that we've shipped out the last couple of weeks, technology behind the scene, and things like that. There are a few ways you can support us financially if you'd like to. The first two are Patreon and YouTube Join, and those are things where you pledge a certain amount to your favorite creatives, and you earn rewards or perks based on the level you donate at. If you want to know more or want to sign up, go to patreon.com/ggkcs, or on YouTube below any of our videos there's a join button. If you'd like to make a one-time donation, there's a PayPal button on the sidebar of our website. We are bookshop.org affiliates. Each week we make a bookshelf of the books that we talk about that week. If you buy something from our shelf or just from our shop in general, you are supporting you're financially supporting local independent bookstores, plus we earn a commission. You can find our shop at bookshop.org/shop/ggkcs. And we are amazon.com.co.uk and .ca affiliates. If you shop on Amazon, if you go to our website first, click on the appropriate Amazon link, do your shopping as normal. We earn a little money back based on what you purchase. Doesn't cost you anything extra. It's a great way to support the podcast by doing something you were going to do anyway. You can find us online at ggkcs.com. There are links to everywhere else we are online. Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook group, all the things. Yeah. Well, with that, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to say stay cool, stay hydrated, drink your water, drink all your water, and stay safe. Get your vaccination if you haven't and you're eligible to. Wear your mask where you need to or feel like you want to. Wear your mask where you are. Like, I have to wear a mask at work. I have to wear a mask on the bus. And some people choose to still continue to wear masks everywhere, and that is fine. You do what you need to do, and we support you. And we will be back with you again next week. Until then, stay cool, happy crafting, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye. Pinky, what do you have? Do you have a superhero cape? Pinky, did Dammy give you a present? Dammy froze a towel because we're in the middle of the heat wave here in Seattle, and Pink is so hot. So Dammy froze a towel for her to try to cool her off. Are you so hot, baby? I'm so sorry. Oh, baby. It's okay.